Mr. Henry Ford.
Woo! Woo!
How you doing?
Yeah!
I'll just start by thanking Dr. Apostle and the school board for all of your guys' hard work this year. We appreciate it greatly. As for the senior class, it's been a long time coming. Here we are. Congratulations.
Oh my god.
So, I got a few things to say here. After submitting my resume to many schools, I waited by the phone like a forlorn high school sweetheart for hours each day. But alas, no calls for work. And then one fateful day, as I was frantically searching for jobs online, I saw the ominous name, Walker High School, looming on my computer screen, contrasted with a friendly little box off to the side, asking me sweetly, "Would you like to apply?" Immediately, I was in a conundrum. Was the highly lucrative pay of a high school teacher enough for me to endure a room full of unteachable Wolverines for 180 days? Would I need to practice my kung fu skills? Would I need to pay higher life insurance premiums? Now granted, I grew up in the rough streets of Southfield, Puyallup, and I'd seen nearly every episode of the Power Rangers till I was about 12. But these street times will surely chew me up and spit me out. After some serious soul searching, I figured that if nothing else, I would at least get some cool stories, or some rugged, manly scars if I got the job. So I clicked that friendly little box with zeal, and the rest is history. I remember one of the first days last summer, when the staff met to prepare for the influx of students. I was clearly nervous. I felt like I was preparing to storm the beaches of Normandy, underprepared. My stomach doing somersaults of anxiety. Alicia Nosworthy, our fearless leader, sensed my concern, so she was giving me tips about teaching in an alternative setting. One thing she said was, "Don't worry about it, Henry. They're just kids. Simply do what you do. Smile. I'm sure you'll be great." When that didn't work, kidding. So I slammed the diet, sugar-free rock star to sharpen up my senses and hasten my reflexes, in case I needed to dodge any flying debris. And I marched in the portable lake ready for heck or high water. Not before I was asked to produce a hall pass by a few teachers. Almost immediately, however, I felt ashamed of myself for having these preconceived notions about my seniors. You guys were unlike anything I ever read about in grad school, that's for sure. Your personalities are so diverse and complex and inspired by your experiences. You made me feel like we were in that movie, Freedom Riders. I remember the strong, dignified attitude of a handful of you, who served as great examples of adults, even better than I at times. I recall having my handwriting analyzed involuntarily in the middle of class by a few of you who read a graphology book. That's where I learned that I have security issues. I remember finding myself doubled over from laughter after reading some of your wildly comical interpretations of my assignments. I'll never forget so many of your contagious smiles, which warmed the hearts of even the most jaded and perturbed on our campus. I've been blessed enough to engage in conversations with some of you that were so deep, they would have given Stephen Hawking a migraine. And who could forget our resident culinary wizards who were responsible for a 5-pound average weight gain of each staff member? The gamers always kept me updated about the latest in computer entertainment, but I still can't be beaten in Mortal Kombat. I found myself drawn into intense hours of verbal chats with many of you on countless occasions. Even though I acted annoyed, I couldn't get enough of those unscheduled debates. And some of you were such gifted writers. When I made comments on your papers and littered them with exclamation marks and woes, I really was impressed. When your stories make it to the New York Times bestsellers list, don't bring about your little old English teacher at Walker High School who always wanted a Range Rover. Furthermore, I recall a sheer admiration for the diligence of those of you who came to my room on Wednesdays and during my planning period for help on your writing. You all worked so hard that I swear I could sometimes hear your minds laboring. Not many people in this world have the sheer willpower to work like you did. Never lose that. Then there was Motorhead. You guys live and breathe by the wrench, and I would entrust my beloved Ford Fiesta to any one of you. I hope I will be able to one day see your project cards on the cover The kids whose presence wasn't always as pronounced as others, but whom I admired and looked forward to seeing just the same. You guys were my breaths of fresh air in the sometimes chaotic progression of the day. You all made me laugh. You made me think. You impressed me. You made me curious. I can't tell you how many times I fantasized about throwing all your cell phones into a bonfire and celebrating craziness. You made my life interesting. My friends and family always ask about you, and I've always got a great story. One of the big assignments these students had to do was write a paper about their philosophy on life. I was a little concerned about this because the immediate question in my mind was, what could a 17-year-old kid know about life? I learned that the young men and women standing before you had been charged with a task to overcome a plethora of challenges that the average person will never face. They've had to grow up more quickly than their peers. I remember reading the story of one of the quiet kids. He was in Louisiana during the Hurricane Katrina disaster and nearly lost everything. He witnessed firsthand the degradation of human beings into greedy monsters struggling to survive. A person very close to him was even shot dead in chaos, and he was still able to pick up his life, come to Puyallup, and harboring those awful images, still refer to his teachers as sir and ma'am. I read 30 or 40 other stories that were just as beguiling that night, and they literally reduced me to tears. Each student's philosophy was influenced by an equally compelling story. Then there are the obstacles they've had to overcome just to be here today. I have students who have been told their whole lives by teachers and even family members that they would never amount to anything, that they were destined for failure. I have students whose first language isn't even English, who had to come here from another country and learn our customs and language, and still meet state standards in reading and writing. I have students who have lost parents, close family members, homes, and the things that once gave structure to their lives. They rebuilt, and they managed to shine before you today. I have students who have had to bear the weight of addiction who still made it here to stand before you. I have students who managed to spread joy and happiness despite knowing that they wouldn't even get a new pair of shoes for the school year. I've seen students take time out of their days to, without hesitation, support their peers in times of heartbreak or turmoil. I've seen these kids who have been denied so many chances still find the strength and will to prod one another to get their butts out of bed and still come to school. If that doesn't inspire you, I don't know what will. You never know where you'll find inspiration, but the Paul Stanley tune, Live to Win, really speaks to me. Paul says in one verse, you ask me how I took the pain, crawled up from my lowest low, step by step and day by day, till there's one last breath to go. Live to win until you die, till the light dies in your eyes. Live to win, take it all, just keep fighting until you fall. I hate to burst your bubble, guys, but you're far from done. Nonetheless, today is a monumental win for each of you. I hope that the sweet flavor of victory keeps you pushing forward. I've seen each one of you take a challenge and convert it into a drive for success, and it's paid off. Don't ever let anyone hold you back from living to win. My 6th grade teacher told me, always shoot for the highest star, so that even if you fall, you'll still be on the moon. I hope you all carry that with you, though, corny as it may be. We all love and think about you guys all the time, and we want you to go out and make this world as much as it can ever be for anyone. It's time to take the next step toward winning again. What's it going to be for you? I'd like to leave you with a dorky analogy. I have always been fascinated by the turtle. In order for this creature to move forward and make progress, he has no choice but to stick his neck out from the safety of the shell. The turtle, however, is no fool. He knows that progressing forward in this world is what life is all about. In fact, the turtle values the notion of making progress so much